Yo, what's good? This is Casey for L King Self for Life Wrestling Takes, and you're now watching Casey for L Wrestling Takes Show. What's going on, fam? It's your boy KCFL King Self for Life Wrestling Takes, here to give you my honest take about tonight's AEW Dynamite show. Let's call it for what it is. Tonight was a solid show. I like what TK is doing. TK is getting us ready as of WWE's on the road to quote unquote WrestleMania. We are now on the road to Revolution. So subtle. TK is subtly getting us excited. That's the name of the game. I'll be honest with you. I wish he could do a little bit more, but overall, for what I seen, I was pleased tonight. It was maybe two things on the show I probably wasn't feeling. I'll talk about what there were, but overall, I mean, you can't be disappointed unless you hate AEW. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But let's go ahead and let's break down this episode tonight. We are live from Dayton, Ohio. Now, was the crowd as bad as Kentucky? No, but I'll be honest with you. Listen, these are two back-to-back weeks where the crowds was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Kentucky, nope. Dayton, Ohio, can use some work. Like I said, they made noise when they were supposed to make noise, but I think they should have been a little bit more into it. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's the crowds make a show, ladies and gentlemen. You want a good wrestling show, the crowd got to be into it. They got to be into it throughout the whole show. So, and word is now that AEW is finally starting being going on the road doing house shows now. I'll say this will benefit the wrestlers who need the help. Those who still need in-ring work, the house shows will benefit them. That's all I'm going to say. And there's a possibility that this could build up AEW's audience because now they can go to places that they never been before. You know what I mean? That's the whole name of the game. And again, like I always say, why do you think WWE is doing excellent in the ratings? Raw, the last 2 weeks have been in the 2 millions, which is great. That's excellent. You know SmackDown going to stay in the 2 millions. They're going to be close to 3 million. Why? It's about the story. You want somebody to tune into your wrestling program, you got to get cats to tune into why. Like, it can't just be about the wrestling. It has. I know a lot of people say that AEW is just strictly for wrestling. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It should be Let's gravitate. Why are they wrestling? For what reason? And that's why we tune in. I don't need a banger of a match. Oh, let me do this. Let me do that. And we're gonna talk about it. Because I said two things. I'll say four things. Four things that I had to kind of take a nod against TK. See, you want to hear somebody like me who's a unbiased AEW fan. People say I'm biased. No, I'm not. I check Tony Khan when he do stupid stuff. When he do retarded stuff, I'll tell you it's stupid. You know what I mean? But overall, like I said, what I seen tonight, I was cool with. But we're going to break down everything from the opener to the close. So we start off. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I think what they could have did with this, because this match was great. But what I feel they could have done, they could have held this off. They could have held this off until Revolution, because obviously it's not over. It's almost feel like we really just in the crack of this thing. It's like it's the next chapter to this feud between Heyman and Moxley. What I would have done, I would have had these two confront each other and say, you know what, screw this. You want to fight me, I want to fight you, but here's the deal. I don't want to embarrass you in front of your hometown. That's what Heyman. Let's take care of business at Revolution. At Revolution, we can have ourselves an unsanctioned match. This way, if you want to give me a concussion, fine. If I want to give you a concussion, great. At the end of the day, not one of us is getting up. That's all I'm going to say about that. And then this is when you can bring in Yuta. This is when you can bring in Claudio now. And like I said, it's story. We heading to Revolution, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to just open the show with a match, because that seems to be TK's MO. Let me open the show with a match. Now, it shouldn't. Listen, you can open the show with a match, but switch it up. Like I say, switch it up sometime. Switch it up. Like I said, if you switch it up sometime, then, you know what I mean? But they seem like TK's MO is, let me just give you a hard-hitting match. Let me go hard with the match. Let me go boom, boom, boom into the match, and there we go from there. I'm like, I would just open up with a story behind said match. This match has a story because they've been feuding for a while now. But for me, I wouldn't have done this match. I would have said this. I said, we're going to do this one more time, and we're going to do this at Revolution. Because I don't want to embarrass you in front of your home crowd. So, obviously, Heyman had to work heal this match. So, Moxley, Yuta, and John Moxley's father came behind. They was walking. You know how they do, come from the Raptors with the fans and everything. Heyman come out there. And maybe 5 minutes into the match, Moxley bleed. Like I said, oh, here we go. I said, y'all know, John Moxley can't help him. So I said, this is the problem that AEW continues to find themselves in. You don't need to bleed all the time. Now, the main event, I didn't have a problem with it because it was a no DQ match, a no holds bar. But right here, this is just a regular hard-hitting match. And next thing you know, Moxley bleeding all over the place. I said, y'all, why can't y'all just save this for the pay-per-view? If you do it at the pay-per-view, go. I mean, can Moxley go at least 1 week without bleed? Hey, I said, this fool, he bleeds so freaking much. That's why a lot of people was crying, talking that everybody be talking about WWE all day. I'll be like this, well, at least, here's the deal. Sometimes WWE needs to, but I understand why they don't. Over here in AEW, they just do it way too much. And I'm like, you don't have to do it. I understand y'all trying to give those old school attitude era / late era WCW vibes where cats was just bleeding all the time and cussing each other out. I understand that. I get it. But here, you didn't have to bleed, man. Just have a hard-hitting match. Y'all beat the brakes off each other and we move on, right? No, these two was going in. They were going in. They were suplexing each other, lariating each other, knocking each other out. I mean, they really, this feud basically is who can give each other the most concussions, because they really do be going at it. And when I mean they be going at it, they be going at it. That's why I was like, I would have preferred to add more story to it. Like, let them confront each other. One more promo, give us one more promo, and then you go off from there. That's what I would have done with this situation. So, Heyman, with all the bleeding that he done made this man do, Moxley still finds a way to win in his home crowd. He gets it, but Heyman is still upset, and he still wants more. Then, this is when Wheeler Yuta and Claudio hop in the ring. They get in there, and now he pushing them, they pushing back, and it seems like this feud is nowhere near over because Heyman just walks off, ticked off. So I'm asking myself, what are we planning on doing? Because it's one of him and it's three of them. Are we going to have a 6-man tag team match? Because that's what it feels like we're going to. It feels like Heyman's going to have to go call 2 of his buddies, which tells me he's going to go get 2 of his Dark Order buddies. That's the only way I know we're going, because this feud is not over. It's not. It's like it's why we in the middle of we going to the next chapter. So like I said, good match. But like I said, Moxley didn't need to bleed. I wouldn't have had the match this quick. I would have actually held it off, but I would have had them come out there, confront each other, and actually say what type of match they're going to have going in a Revolution. So now you're looking forward to Revolution. More than likely, they're going to be fighting at Revolution again, but it just won't be Hangman versus Moxley. I think it's going to be a 6-man tag team match. That's what it feels like to me, because the fact that it was the 3 of them and Hangman had absolutely nobody to back him up. He had nobody to back him up. Nobody. So we're going to see. We'll see. So like I said, decent match. That's that. So let's move on. I just talked about that. We get a video package promo between Darby and Samoa Joe. And they pretty much said they're going to murder each other tonight, which they did. When I get to their match, oh my goodness. Great video package promo. So they did what they had to do. So we got Renee Paquette talking with Jamie Hayter, and she has Butcher, Blade, and the Bunny. And as she's talking, Bunny actually asks her for a shot at her. Well, I don't know if it's a shot for the title, but it's eliminator tournament match. Oh, I don't know. She wants a shot. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I believe the reason why is because you have to look at every match that AEW has had when it's concerning the women, and it involved the girls getting busted open. That's let you know we're definitely going towards a all women's blood and guts match. So go back and look at all the women that actually bled in AEW. They're going to be a part of this. This matchup is telling me that Bunny is going to side with them. Now, I don't know how that's going to happen, but that's what's going to happen. So she said, I see you're a fighter. You had a good match with Emi Soraka. No offense, but Emi carried you. Kind of did a little jab or whatever. But she said, let me go against you next week on Dynamite. I think she want to wrestle on Dynamite, I think. So she said, no problem. But Renee got picked up. Hey, cut to the camera, cut to the show. We got a backstage brawl going on. Sure enough, you had Saraya and Toni Storm on heel mode to the core, beating the brakes off of Britt Baker. I said, okay, TK really taking this women thing serious right now. A lot of people was hating on TK about him not putting in effort when it came to booking the women, which they had every right to be upset. But now it seems like he's been on fire when it's concerning the girls right now. He has been doing his thing. And this is right now the most interesting story concerning the women right now in all women's wrestling. Because we are trying to figure out who's on whose side and what. But as of right now, Saraya and Toni are full-fledged heels. And that's what they're going with. They're going with the ex-WWE superstars being the heels going into this. And it looks like the AEW originals will be the babyface. So, the question is going to be, how do we get from Britt and Jamie being coexistence, being together, to eventually Britt won that title? Because that's what she wants. But as of right now, Britt is a babyface right now. Full-fledged babyface. She's a babyface right now. And it looks like Jamie is, even though Jamie is a tweener right now. I personally think when Jamie and Britt finally tangle it up for the AEW Women's Championship, Britt is going to be the heel. Jamie's going to be the babyface. But we need to get there. We haven't got there yet. But that's what they had cut to. So Jamie tried to run and try to go over there, and that was it. So this storyline is just heating up. And wait till I get to the part about Ruby Soho. So let's move on. Now we get to this situation. So we got the Acclaim taking on the Outrunners, a.k.a. Truth, Magnum, and Turbo Floyd. I don't know who these circus clowns was. This was a squash match. They said what they said. Y'all know how they do. They come out there, do their usual shtick. They beat the brakes off of them. Then the A-Boys came out. So they got into it, and they basically put their gripes out there like, listen, we want those titles, but you in our way. So y'all need to go ahead and give us a title shot right now, because I'm tired of this. The only reason you with them is because you left us hanging way back in the day. You thought the drug popping pills and everything was the way to go. So give us a shot. So then that's when the claim said, look, hey, Date, these boys are crying for a doggone tag team shot. Should we give it to you? And the crowd was like, no, no, no. He said, well, the crowd has spoken, so the answer is no. So then they babbling, going back and forth. Then Billy Gunn said, you know what? That's it. I've had enough. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of both of y'all. I'm out. So he just walked off. Then that's when I believe it was, is it Colton or Austin? Austin had said what he said, and it's getting real personal. It's getting very personal with them. So he walked off. But then he came crumbling back after he said what they said. And as he got it to his face, you could see the emotion, because this is his real son. Both of them is his real son. So, ladies and gentlemen, with this situation right here, I have absolutely no idea where we're going. Because they can go any route with this. They can have him turn. I don't know if we're going to do this so early. I would actually wait. I would wait. I wouldn't do it right now. I would actually not. I'm not doing it right now. I don't want to go ahead and pull the trigger right now. I would actually pull the trigger at Revolution, but I'm not doing it right now. I'm not. And I wouldn't even do the match, because this sometimes, I told you, this when TK get carried away. He get carried away with giving away the match. I'm like, no, I will wait. I will wait. I wouldn't even do the match. But the fact that Billy said, yeah, y'all got the shot, and you saw Max and Anthony over there like, dang, like what the heck? Like this dude just grabbing cats title shots out of nowhere. I'm like, I don't know. I have no clue I don't know. I have absolutely no idea, ladies and gentlemen. This is one storyline right here where I'm legit. I got a question mark, because I'm hanging on to every thread about what's going on, and it can go either way. Like I said, if it was me, I wouldn't be having them drop the titles on TV. I would actually wait to Revolution. I will let them hold the titles all the way to Revolution. If you want to put the titles on the Guns, fine. I don't have a problem with that. But as of right now, because we're trying to get more heat on the Guns. That's the name of the game. We need to get more heat on the Guns. The Guns have improved, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't really sold on Austin and Colton. I was not. But as of late, ever since they got into the ring with FTR, and the more they've been healing it up, I mean, they was already heels, but they just been healing it up and healing it up. And I'm watching these dudes, and I say, oh no, I said, should I give these cats a chance? Should I really give them a chance? And as of late, they actually been working on me, so I actually don't have a problem with this feud. But as of right now, if TK wants to pull the trigger, I'm not pulling the trigger until Revolution. I'm going to wait till Revolution to pull the trigger. That's just me. I'm not going to do it on Dynamite, because it wouldn't make no sense for them to lose the titles and then get, no, wait till Revolution. I wouldn't even be doing this match right now. I wouldn't even do it. I wouldn't have granted them the match. I would have not granted them the match. I would have look, I'll give you the match, but we not wrestling right now. We'll wrestle on our own terms. So y'all can go do your little shtick, go do your little thing, do what you got to do, train up, because you'll see your tails over at Revolution. But right now, we got some other business we got to handle, But that's just me. So we get a backstage interview. Jungle Boy Jack Perry talking about how he absolutely likes being a tag team. He loves being a tag team role, but as of right now, he really enjoys being a singles. And he said a lot of people didn't overlooked him and everything, but he says this year he will be a champion in AEW. So we can go anywhere with that, because we know Christian won't be back for another couple of months. Once Christian comes back, maybe that'll probably be the time when Jungle Boy is probably potentially trying to go up for a championship. And that's when Christian and more than likely Luchasaurus, and technically Luchasaurus and AEW being sued because I don't know if it was the mask design. I never known this. I said, whoever this is, I'm saying, why the heck are y'all just coming out the woodwork right now? If they didn't copyright the so-called mask, whatever, for Luchasaurus, then why did you allow them to have this gimmick or this mask thing for all these years? Luchasaurus has been around since day one, and now y'all coming out the woodwork with this lawsuit. To me, that makes no sense. I seen that stuff. I was like, I don't know what that, because this stuff just came out the woodwork. But apparently AEW didn't copyright something, and whoever this company is, they claim that they own the rights to the design of Luchasaurus mask. So some crazy cartoon stuff. But that's that. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been hearing a lot about Brian Cage potentially on his way out. Now here's the deal. He still has one. He's 1/3 of the 6-man tag team champs in Ring of Honor. So I'm just going to take a wild guess that at the next Ring of Honor pay-per-view, if Brian Cage is leaving, more than likely they're going to drop those titles on March 31st. But because why would he leave and he still has a championship? Because that's what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people saying that. But see, let me tell you something. Brian Cage has been booked. He's been booked great. Like this next run that a lot of people was anticipating because they wanted to see him push right. Like I said, I personally think I still don't like champions losing in non-title matches, but you got to understand what he's doing. And this matchup between, now I've been saying his name wrong. I've been calling him Konosuke. No, it's Konosuke Takashige. I don't know. I'm calling him KT. That's just like I call Tony Khan TK. I'm calling him KT. KT, man, this is one of the greatest pickups AEW ever did. This young man just impresses me week in, week out. I'm actually on board with this young man. I want to see him thrive. Matter of fact, that's the young man who I want to see take the All Atlantic Championship off of OC. It's no question. I want him to dethrone OC when the time calls for it. Man, these two was going at it, man. They was tearing each other apart. It was excellent. I said, man, this is great. This was an outstanding match between these two. Went to work, and with all this stuff going on and just them just putting in the work, I don't pay no attention to not Prince Nana because he just be out there just doing the little goofy stuff. KT messed around and got a victory. I said, man, this is about dang time. I said, I want him to keep getting victories, keep building him up right. That's what you want to do. Hey, kudos to TK for bringing in KT. So that's it. It was a great match. Brian Cage did the right thing. He put this young man over. It was great. It was an outstanding match. They did what they had to do. So backstage, Renee is talking with Jericho and the JAS clowns. That's what I call them. And they responded to what Absolute Ricky Stark said. He said he wants to get another shot against Jericho. So now I see a lot of people always be complaining because it seems to be they always doing the same stuff where you got to wrestle everybody in the group before. I agree. It does kind of get tiresome, but listen, at the end of the day, AEW is all about the wrestling. So if this is the route they want to go, fine. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to be honest with you. After this, I personally think we should move on. So more than likely, Jericho's going to beat Ricky. But hey, both of them tied. We move on. Everybody do something different. You know what I mean? But so apparently, this is the name of the game. They're gonna have a DGSG gauntlet. So Ricky has to beat everybody in the JAS, and if he beats everybody in the JAS, then he can get Jericho, whenever that time is. But next week, he's got to wrestle Angelo Parker, Matt, DG, or Sammy. And if he beats all of them, then he gets Chris Jericho. So, hey, that's that. So then we come back, the leader on the basketball and in the gym. And they address Top Flight. And they say, well, since you guys called us out, go get your little boy AR Fox. And we will see you cats on Rampage. I said, ladies and gentlemen, TK is trying to make Rampage irrelevant. He's trying. Listen, when you make Rampage worth watching, clowns are going to watch. If you don't, nobody's going to give a rat's behind about the show. I'm just telling you right now. We're not. Now, for me, because I cover the show, because I review the show, more than likely I'm going to tune in. But I'm talking about the masses. I'm talking about the casuals. I'm talking about everybody else who just got through from watching SmackDown. They like, man, should I bother watching Rampage or should I just read about it since it's always taped? Me, I wouldn't tape Rampage. I would start making Rampage live. Rampage must be live at all times. You know what I'm saying? But They said, cool, we'll deal with y'all. And as they talking, the firm pull up. The firm pulls up. They pull up on them and everything. And no, you know what? No, they're gonna wrestle them. I think they're gonna wrestle them on Rampage. They gonna wrestle them. They'll wrestle them next week on Dynamite. So the firm pull up, and they said, "Look, we know y'all got those titles, and we know y'all want to destroy Top Flight of them. But how about you take us on Rampage? You take myself, you take our employees, Matt Hardy and Isaiah, in the trios match." And they said, "Fine, we'll see you bozos then." Boom. So then Isaiah had grabbed Kenny and he whispered something in his ear, and I believe what he said was, "I'm jealous." In other words, I wish I had a title like you. And let's be honest, man, Private Party, man, I feel so bad for them, man, because Private Party was over like a mug on the very first episode of Dynamite. If I'm not, it's the second or first episode when the Young Bucks had put them over in the upset victory. I was like, okay, these young men have promise. But ever since then, and I understand injuries just messed them up, but I feel like Private Party has been one of the most missed bags in AEW. Like, I don't know. And I think a lot of this has to do with Jeff Hardy, because I personally believe that before Jeff Hardy got another DUI, I believe that they were supposed to have one more final tag team run. And I don't think it was going to be long, but they was going to have one more final tag team run. And then they were going to set up Isaiah and Marquand to take those tag team titles off of them. But it just seems like ever since then, they really haven't really figured out what the heck to do with Private Party. Sure, they still with Matt, but as of right now, I don't know. I have absolutely no idea what they plan on doing with Private Party, because I feel like Private Party is one of the most missed opportunities in AEW, and that's on TK now. Because they got over, everybody loved them, they was cool to say, but now it just seems like they just there to be there. That's just my honest take. They just there to be on the show, you know what I mean? But so now we get to this match. Now, I actually was looking forward to this match, but I think out of all the matches that Bryan didn't had so far, I think this was by far the weakest match he had. And this is no disrespect to Timothy Thatcher. And I know a lot of people only know him from NXT. They really didn't know him, that well, like I said. But like I said, now the whole deal was Bryan is injured. So obviously he had the arm taped up and all this stuff, right? So this is when the crowd really was just, they was half asleep. They cheered a little, but they went to bed. And like I said, this is kind of like a low part on the show. So as they're wrestling, MJF come walking out there with his diamond ring like he finna screw over Bryan. Well, KT comes out the woodwork in a hoodie and basically takes him to the back, and they start scrambling off in the back and everything, right? So get him out the way. So KT right now, you could say, is a bodyguard for BD. He's a bodyguard for Bryan Danielson. So hey, that was great. I was cool with that. So with that going on, Timothy Thatcher pretty much had Bryan's arm submitted, and it's the arm that's hurt. And it looked like Bryan was gonna tap, but he found a way to get out. Started doing the stuff. If you looked at Bryan when he started doing the yes kicks, he was starting to say yes. I know he said that he wasn't gonna do it because he had respect for Vince, and Vince owns the yes. But as he was doing the yes kicks, and the fans, this is when the fans woke up and started saying yes. When he was doing it, he was saying yes himself. I said, yeah, because that's you, man. You the yes man. You started the yes movement back in the day. You own the yes kicks. Go ahead, do it. And then pull it, made that man. He put him in. He did. I forgot what Bryan Daniels' finish is. He did that because he has the submission. Then he does the move. So he did the move set on the young man. Got the 1, 2, 3, and we move on. So then, as soon as the match was done, I believe they cut backstage and they showed MJF and KT beating the brakes off each other, just tearing each other up, and they beat each other up and everything. That's when the security folk came out the woodwork. That's when Renee came out the woodwork, and she said, due to these cats beating the brakes off each other, I just got word from Tony Khan that next week we're getting KT versus MJF. I said, yes, sir, give it to me. Because MJF rarely wrestles on television. But I guarantee you, I expect this match to be nothing but a classic. I was excited. I said, well, TK, now you got me excited for next week. That's the name of the game. You want fools to tune in. You want cats like myself to watch. You want people like myself to tune in, week out. You have to get something that we put our we throw our fingers on and we clinch onto it and we enjoy it. We enjoy the ride. I'm looking forward to this match. I know this match gonna bang, and it has no choice but to be the main event. This has to be the main event next week. I expect nothing less. This has to be the main event. I can't wait for it. They're gonna do work. So we get a video promo package from the man himself, Mr. Shane Strickland. And man, let me tell you something. Outside of MJF, you might say Swerve might be the biggest heel in AEW right now, and he's living the gimmick. He's walking into this situation. He talked about how he can't stand none of the Rose family. He said they all worthless, every single one of them. He said, so since I'm not gonna be able to deal with that loser Dustin, how about I face Brian Pillman on did he say on that? He say Dynamite or Rampage? He gonna wrestle that man, I think, on Rampage. But he mentioned Keith Lee. He said it's funny how we haven't seen Keith Lee in a long time, and I hope his behind stay away. Look, that man is living the gimmick. He's embodying it. He's taking control of it. A lot of people be always talking about some character work and presenting yourself on which way you going. Are you going to be a heel or are you going to be a babyface? Okay, give me a reason why I should care about you. Swerve is just running away with this thing. This mogul affiliates thing is great. Now, we still don't know who the other young man is. We know who Parker Bardo is, but we still don't really understand who this other cat is. However, I ain't going to lie. The two of them do look great standing next to Swerve. They look like they is heavy. You know what I mean? So, great video package promo. So, I was cool with that. Now, I was laughing because I said, when MJF just in a brawl? Obviously, this was a tape backstage segment. So, you had Roosh. You had formerly known as 10. And you had negative 10, and you had Jose, and they was talking about the match that they got, because as the next week we getting Roosh versus Bryan Danielson. So he was about to start talking about that, and then that's when MJF came walking in with a bag of money, a suitcase of money, and he told him, he said, listen, this is on the house right here, but whatever I need you to do, I need you to go ahead, quote unquote, get rid of that man. Break his arm. Do what you need to do. And that's when he told him to translate. So he spoke in Spanish to him and everything. And then that's when he said something in Spanish to him. And then he said, what he said, he called him a dip poop or whatever. He said, I accept it. So, it is what it is, man. Listen, man. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I didn't really think Roosh would be a better character, he would get over more than Andrade. Because Andrade, he, for whatever reasons, messed his bag up. But Roosh is running away with this thing. He running away with it. So I didn't have a problem with that, so it was decent. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and talk about it. We knew this was coming. Oh, and happy Black History Month. This is, it's always somehow we get the shortest month in the year, but hey, it is what it is. We got two beautiful melanated sisters going up. TBS championship right here. I know a lot of people are so over Jade. It's, let me tell you something, man. Let's be 1,000% with you. If in wrestling, I'm gonna be honest with you, because I know a lot of people they hate this way. But it seems like based on what a certain wrestler looks like, it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be the fact that you, quote unquote, relate more to said wrestler because they look like you, but it just seems to be that way sometimes. Now, when it comes to these two women right here, I love both of them, man. And I was sitting up here saying to myself, well, we're coming full circle, right? So it's like, why don't we go ahead and have Rick? But then again, it was like, it wasn't really built up. It was just, oh, she had beef with her, right? So let's go ahead and see if she could take the title off of her. No. Jade is getting better, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of people don't like Jade. They got their reasons on why they don't like her. Some people got some legitimate, and other people, y'all absolutely know why. Same thing with Rhea, you know what I mean? But her and Red got great chemistry together because this is her day one. These two go back to, like I said, Jade got over because of Red. And so fast forward, it's funny how Red was 1 and now she turned out to be 50. So with everything that happened in this match, all you want to watch is the in-ring ability when it comes to Jade Cargill. That is the number one thing when it's concerning Jade. It's all about the growth. She ends up beating her. She does the Jaded, and her daughter was sitting right there. She went and got her. She grabbed her. Let me tell y'all something. As we move forward in the Revolution, Jade is going to lose that title of Revolution. Now, as the question is, who is she losing to? I'm not sure. But for the fools that absolutely want her to lose, get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because somebody is about to be built up to take that title off of her. It's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to happen. So for fools that can't stand Jade, listen. She's going to lose it. But here's the deal. What the heck do you do with Jade once she loses the title? I told you, for me, the name of the game is to rebuild her back up as a baby face. She loses everything. She loses to Layla Gray. Layla Gray is no longer with her. She has nothing. She has no TBS title. She has no baddie section. That is what we do moving forward. So then we can ease on into the main title picture. Now, I don't have Jade winning the main title for probably about maybe 2 years from now. That's just me, because I want her to get better in ring. I told you she's getting better, but I still need to see things when it's concerning her, improving on the in ring work. But outside of that, man, this was a great match. This was excellent. Jade and Red, they did what they had to do. They did what they had to do. I know a lot of people gonna say, "Oh, it was no." That's on y'all, because again, it's all about, can you relate to said person? And a lot of y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you, don't relate to them, and you know why you don't relate to them. So some of y'all gonna be mad as heck with me what I said, but I just said what I said. It's all about, can you relate to them? And for some reason, y'all don't. Well, for us, we are automatically gravitate to them because they look, they favor us. However, more of us have patience with them because of that said reason. Y'all just ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater. They would say, well, we done seen it over and over the same. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, people get so carried away with the fact that Chris Statlander is not here. First of all, Chris Statlander wasn't even supposed to win that thing. Chris Statlander was supposed to be prepped to win the main title, but she got injured. She tore her ACL and MCL, if I'm not mistaken. So she made it to 50-0. Now let's prepare her to lose that thing, because that is the next chapter in the Jade Cargill saga, to lose the TBS title. And I personally believe, ladies and gentlemen, at Revolution, is over. She ain't going to no 100-0. She is losing at Revolution. Now, question is, who is she losing to? Don't know. I have absolutely no idea. Is this when you bring in Mercedes? Is this when you bring in Trinity? I don't know. Does Rio come back? I have no clue. We don't know, ladies and gentlemen. But we got about 8 episodes of wrestling TV to get us to Revolution, because we got Rampage this week. Then we got 4 weeks. I think it's 4 weeks. 4 weeks of wrestling television to get us to Revolution. So that's my whole spew on this situation, because I know a lot of people, they got their issues about Jade and they got their issues about Red. But I thought this was a great match. I thought the girls did work. Like I said, Jade still need a little, work. But see, I think the house shows are going to help them more, because see, now they get more reps in. The more they get an opportunity to get out there, the more better they get. And obviously, Jade want it. Red want it. It's not this thing that they don't. Because I said, fools, they be so quick. I see the comments. I see what y'all say. I'm on Twitter too. I see what y'all say. Y'all be extra subliminal with what y'all say. We're not going to play that game. Y'all like extra subliminal. I know how the game works. But see, somebody like me, I'm going to come on here. I'm going to give you the real. Yeah, I'm going to critique it. Yeah, because I've been one of the main ones that said I want to see Jay get better. But it's you had to have patience, and you also had to be willing to go on with the ride, and don't just throw the baby out with the bathwater because you just so-called tired of it and everything. I mean, yeah, I'm ready for Jay to lose the championship, but I want the story to be built up right for whoever is going to dethrone her. This will be the time to be bringing somebody in, getting them ready to go ahead and take that title off of Revolution. So that's that. So we get we get Renee Paquette talking with Britt, and she's talking with Jamie, and Britt looked like she been through it. Britt looked like she has been through it. And Ruby Soho comes out the woodwork, and she said, "What you doing in here?" She said, "Look, I thought about what you said and everything." She said, "Wait, hold up. Those are your girls." You know, listen, the storyline of this situation is getting interesting because as of right now, we don't know what side Ruby is on. It seems like Ruby wants to side with the AEW original. A lot of people say, well, isn't she an ex-WWE girl? She is, but technically, man, she really didn't have no WWE career. She was in WWE for like a cup of water and disappeared. And that was on Vince enough for not booking her right. So it seems like she wants to roll with them, but it seems like Britt not ready to bring her in because she feel like she's more tight with Saraya and Tony. So I like this. Story is the key to get us to the women's blood and guts, ladies and gentlemen. It's about the story. We've been crying about the women's division being taken care of. We want the women. What has TK been doing? What has he been doing? He has been putting care into it. Can he do better? Absolutely. He could do a lot better, but I'm actually liking because we don't know. We absolutely have no idea what side Ruby Soho's gonna be on. We don't have no clue. So that's why we need to hang on, continue to tune in, and we'll find out moving forward. So we get they did a breakdown of all the matches that's going to take place. Then we get to this matchup. Oh my goodness. Now, did not know about a certain thing that Mr. Darby Allin was about to do. And my mind went directly to, because of what happened at the end. This man must be so banged up that he needs time off. So we get off right from the jump. Samoa Joe come out. Darby come out there with this doggone. Listen, you had one of the young bucks with a doggone thumbtack shoe. Now we got first thumbtack skateboard, thumbtack shoes, and now this fool come out with a thumbtack hoodie. I said, this is insane. This is insane. I was like, first of all, who the heck knitted that? Who the heck put thumbtacks on a doggone hoodie? That's some crazy stuff. So right from the jump, Samoa Joe tried to go get a table, and the way how he had the table, he had the backside facing him. Darby Allin didn't waste no time. Ran into the ring, jumped out the ring, jumped into the table, and the back of the table basically cut over Samoa Joe. I said, man, they don't be, listen, y'all. Listen, when I say if blood calls for it, you do it. This is a no holds bar. Now this match, fine. I wouldn't have done it in the earlier match with Moxley and Heyman, but right here, go ahead, go for it. So this was a beat down on top of a beat down. Darby doing what he does best. Let me get jumped. Throw me around like a rag doll. Murder me, man. I feel like I'm on Jack A. Throw me around. Beat me up. That's my MO. That's what I do. And that's exactly what he got. That's what he got. Samoa Joe's just throwing him around, doing all this stuff right. But then the heroic Darby Allin makes his heroic comeback. Does everything he can to try to take down the mighty Samoa Joe. And it looks like he has. Both of them basically was taking the thumbtacks. He took the thumbtack hoodie, put the thumbtack hoodie, and then fell right on top of Samoa Joe. But then he took that same hoodie and he grabbed him up. And I said, man, this stuff is crazy. It was crazy. I mean, just some of them insane stuff. So then, after he got him laid out, he ran outside the ring and he cut the ring post. Whatever the thing is that holds the ring together, he cut that so he can lift up the mat part, and then you can see the hardwood part. So he's trying everything. I mean, he is trying everything. And he said it. He said that if he did not win, he would not go up for the TBS title again. Ladies and gentlemen, he tried, but Samoa Joe came out the woodwork with a doggone muscle buster on that doggone wood. It was over. We have a new TNT champion. So I know a lot of people say, well, the TNT title is, listen, Darby brought relevance back to. Let me say something. Samoa Joe and Darby both brought relevance back to the doggone TNT title. As we know, the TNT title is the work rate title. The title reigns won't be as long, but it's the work rate title. That is what that official title was known for. So now that Samoa Joe has got this thing back, like I said, my mind went like, oh, Darby must be hurt. He need time off. Well, word on the street is that man is about to be doing his own Jack-A type of show. So he's going to be out filming that. So now here's the deal. Doing that Jack-A show, he already banged up. He going to have himself even banged up even more. I said, this boy something else. This fool is something else. Darby is something. But he gave us a nice run. Now we back to Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is back to terrorize the TNT division. So, as soon as the match was over, a returning Warlow's music hits. The crowd goes wild. They go crazy. He hop in the ring. He try to get his hands on that man. Samoa Joe and rolling up out of there. Then that's when the security folk came. So, as of right now, I believe that going into Revolution, we're going to have Samoa Joe versus Warlow one final time. Warlow's not going to win. And this way we can potentially get Warlow out of the TNT title and then move him up into the main title picture where he can go after his old boss. But for me, tonight's Dynamite started off like, it was like, okay, it started off there. And then as time went on, it picked itself all the way up until we got to the end of the show. And it's set up where we head into the next episode. I say that is what you want, ladies and gentlemen. I say it all the time. Get us to care and get us ready for the next episode. Don't just be throwing us matches. Don't just be doing that, because I understand cats' gripes. I understand why certain cats don't like what they see. I get it, you know. But at the end of the day, you want us to care. That is, I say this every week. Every time I do a doggone review. Get us to give a crap about what we see. And TK, in my honest opinion, he did that. He got us to care. And now we move on to Rampage. Now we move on to next week. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have to say tonight. If you enjoyed the show, y'all already know what to do. Hit the comment section up. Tell me what you felt about it. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. More than likely, I'll probably be reviewing SmackDown. Like I said, I know I'm going to be reviewing Rampage, and I won't be home. I'll be out driving, so the review probably won't be up Friday. They'll probably be up either Saturday or Sunday, but I will definitely get back to you. I will be here. Like I said, I'm trying to be consistent. I want to grow this. Thank you for all the new subscribers. I thank y'all so much. Like I said, y'all want to hit me up. Y'all know y'all can reach me on Twitter at KCFL Wrestler Takes, a.k.a. Marcel. That's at Beats2Blessing on Twitter. Listen, I'm out. Talk to y'all cats later. Holla at your boy.